Hello everyone, my name is Zach and welcome to On Cashflow, where I help you become a master of your own cash flow. Now let's get started. Barista FIRE typically involves working a part-time job while you're financially independent so that you can earn a little bit of extra income and maybe some extra benefits. And this is traditionally like a regular part-time job. But it doesn't have to be that way. It can be through self-employment. You can be self-employed and make that part-time income, work those part-time hours and still accomplish the same thing. Here's why you should possibly choose self-employment Barista FIRE over like regular Barista FIRE where you're working a regular job. First off, Barista FIRE in general allows you to retire so much faster than regular financial independence. I'm talking about major time here. Like you can save probably half the time. You can accomplish Barista FIRE in half the time you could accomplish regular FIRE. That is a very big benefit of Barista FIRE in general, whether you're self-employed or not. The second major reason is that you just are making some extra income, and that extra income can produce so many good things for you. It can mean that you have extra money that you can spend and maybe have a higher quality of life. It can mean that you have extra money coming in so that you can weather away those market downturns and your portfolio can last a lot longer. It can mean many things. So having a little bit of extra income, a little bit of extra security on your side can be a great thing, and that's what Barista FIRE can offer you. Another thing that Barista FIRE, when it comes to being self-employed, can offer you is that you get to pick how much you get paid, you get to pick what hours you work, you get to pick how many hours you work, and you get to pick which days you work. So it gives you a lot more flexibility by being self-employed than it would if you were Barista FIRE and still working at a regular job, just part-time. So you get so much more flexibility if you are self-employed because you get to choose all of the variables, you get to choose all of those on your own. And then of course another great benefit that is often not looked at too much into detail is that being Barista FIRE, at least working a little bit in your life still, is going to give you a lot of purpose. It's going to give you a sense of purpose. It's going to give your life a sense of meaning, and it's also possibly going to provide you with plenty of enjoyment. And you have no excuse when it comes to that because you are picking what job you're going to be performing when you're self-employed. You can pick something that's going to give you all of those attributes. You can pick something that's going to give you a little bit of meaning, a little bit of purpose, and that you're going to, semi-enjoy. Because no job is going to be perfect, whether it's self-employed or not. But you get to choose what's probably going to best fit you. And that's why you should probably choose self-employed if you're going to be Barista FIRE. And without further ado, there are some pretty great options for you to become self-employed Barista FIRE. And the reason why I'm listing these particular options is that they don't really require that much capital investment. They're not going to require you to have like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment or thousands of dollars worth of machinery or anything like that. So these are going to be pretty simple. They're pretty easy to start up. Okay, you just have to get the ball rolling there and get a customer base. And all of these are going to be based on service businesses. Okay, so you providing a service for others, because I think this is a really great way to become self-employed if you're looking for that kind of lifestyle. And the very first idea has to do with a cleaning business. All right, and this can take many different forms, many different shapes and sizes. Okay, you could be cleaning people's houses, you could be cleaning small businesses like small offices, you can be cleaning big offices, you can be just cleaning people's yards. So cleaning is very broad, but it is a service that pretty much everyone needs. And that's why if you can provide that service, you could probably start a pretty good self-employed business. How I would approach this kind of business, starting this kind of business, is I would try to niche down and try to focus on a specific market of who I'm trying to target. So if I'm trying to target houses, I would target houses. If I'm trying to target multi-million-dollar houses, like really big houses, then I would go after those clients. If I'm trying to target small businesses in the downtown area of where I live, then I'm going to target those small businesses. So I would niche down and try to find my specialty. And then I think that by word of mouth and by actually doing a good job, you're probably going to build your business that way if you focus on niching down into very specific market. Number two, a really great self-employed business is one that has to do with pet care, particularly if you love pets. This can take many different forms as well. This could be just simply walking dogs. This could be simply watching people's houses, like house sitting while they have their animals while they're away. This could be actually taking animals into your own home, which is what they call pet boarding. And I think this is a great option for people who really enjoy animals. And the reason is that you can actually build a good recurring customer base. So that's how I would approach this kind of business. I would try to focus on getting a recurring customer base. If you find people who travel a lot, then most likely they're going to continue traveling, and most likely they're going to need people to either take their pets and you have them at your home, or they're going to need people to come to their home and watch their pets there. If you have people just in general who have busy lives and they have dogs that have lots of energy, then those dogs are probably going to need to be walked, and so you can provide that service on a recurring basis. So this is one business where I would definitely try to find find a recurring customer base, and you could build your business off of those recurring customers. Next up at number 3, a really great self-employed business is the one that is involved in tutoring, okay? Because many different kinds of people, students, whatever, need to be tutored on many specific things. So this could come in ways such as summer school tutoring. It could be after school tutoring. It could be tutoring for specific tests, if you have knowledge in those specific tests and how to take those tests. I would try to pick something that is very specific, that I know that I have a lot of knowledge in, that I know that I can teach pretty well, and I would try to turn it into something that is measurable. So this is a little easier when it comes to like specific tests, like a standardized test, because if a student has taken a test before and they didn't do so well on it, and they get tutoring from you, and then they take the test again and they get a much higher score, then that is measurable. You can show that you made a difference. Whatever I chose to tutor in, I would try to pick something where I could make it measurable so that I can prove that my tutoring is actually working and is actually going to improve the skills that need to be improved by the student that is getting tutored. And I think this can lead to a lot of referrals and a lot of word of mouth getting around to grow your business. So you can find other customers if you are able to actually show the results in a measurable way. Next up, number 4 I have for you is the field of senior care. And I think this is going to be something very big because we have a population that is getting older. The average age is becoming older and older as we have lower birth rates and we have more people that are turning into that older age. And so I think that senior care is going to be an even bigger industry to come. And so you could take advantage of this by providing senior care services. It could be as simple as just running errands for senior citizens, like running errands that they might not be able to do on their own, or to system in doing those errands. It could be something like at home, cleaning their house or taking care of some tasks that need to be taken care of at home. If I was going to approach this kind of business, the way I would do it is I would try to build that recurring customer base. Someone who needs senior care services now is probably going to need senior care services, tomorrow or next week. So this is a really great one where you can find reoccurring customers and build your business around a smaller group of customers that are going to continually need your help with whatever services that you are able to provide for them. Now, even with that being said, there is the best business that you can get involved in, no matter what your goals, no matter what your skills are. And the best business that you can get involved in is the business of hitting the like button on this video. Okay, if you're enjoying this video so far, please make sure that you like it. Please make sure you give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out and I really would appreciate that. Okay, and it's a really good business to be involved in. But seriously, getting back to it, number 5 on this list is one that is involved in fitness, and that could be around like personal training. And the reasoning behind this is that pretty much close to 100% of people on this earth should be engaging in some form of exercise. Does close to 100% of people engage in exercise? No. But technically, around 100% of people should be engaging in some kind of exercise if they want to live a longer and healthier life, generally speaking. You could take advantage of this by building a business around it if you are passionate about healthy living and exercise and things like that. And what's great about this is that this kind of like personal training business, it can be dedicated to so many different kinds of things. So you can pick what you focus on based on what your interests are. If you want to focus on, let's say, helping senior citizens with fitness, you can focus on that. If you want to focus on, more serious athletes, like people who are looking to become bodybuilders or people who are looking to become power lifters or maybe marathon runners. So whatever your skill or whatever your interests may be, you can build a personal training business around that. And this is how I would approach it if I was going to start a personal training type of business. I would pick my target demographic. So if I want to target, let's say, people who are looking to become bodybuilders, like amateur bodybuilders, then I would pick that target and I would go after that kind of clientele. And the great thing about this kind of business in general is that with personal training, you are by default, if you're good at it, you're going to be building a recurring customer base, earn a little bit of extra income and live the kind of lifestyle that you want to live. And speaking of living the kind of lifestyle that you want to live, number 6 on this has to do with home maintenance. And the reason I say that is that some people don't want to do their own home maintenance, right? That's not the kind of lifestyle that they want to live. Or maybe they just are way too busy to be doing that kind of home maintenance. And that's why I think that a business in the home maintenance department could be a really great business, especially if it's like smaller tasks that maybe they take a lot of time, but they don't require a lot of skills. And so if you can start a business specializing in home maintenance, maybe even simpler tasks that don't require licensing and things like that, you can take advantage of this market and offer services, for a better price, and you can offer services that are very convenient. And that's how I would approach it if I was going to start this kind of home maintenance business. I would look and I would specifically specifically illustrate how convenient my services are. I would specifically illustrate how specific some of my services that I can offer are. In my experience, it's really hard to find people who are offering very specific services such as this. I think that you could build a really good recurring customer base around home maintenance. Another great business idea if you like to work with your hands is number 7, and that has to do with repairs. So this is very general on purpose because some people need things in their homes to be repaired. A lot of people need their phone screens to be repaired. This can be anything when it comes to repairs. So this is one where I would again focus on a very specific market and have very specific skills that I can offer to people who need those skills. If you look at, for example, with phone repair, a lot of people have the problem of damaging their phone screen. A lot of people also have the problem that they don't know how to properly replace that screen. And so they are willing to pay for someone else to replace that screen for them because maybe they're too scared to try to do it themselves, or maybe they just don't want to attempt it for themselves. And if you get good at it, then this is a service that you can offer, then you could probably do it in, let's say, like 30 minutes. You could replace a phone screen. So this could be a win-win for you and for the person that needs the repair. But even though self-employed Barista FIRE is a really great option for, I think, a lot of people, it's not for everyone, okay? Self-employment is definitely not for everyone. Even though you might be working less hours, it's not going to be completely easy. It's not going to be a switch that you flip and all of a sudden you're making good side income from your Barista FIRE self-employment. If you don't think self-employment Barista FIRE is going to be for you, you have plenty of other options. You can do just a regular part-time job. And that's why, if you haven't already, you should watch my other video that I created where I list 7 part-time, very flexible Barista FIRE jobs, in a more traditional sense, that could be right for you. Definitely watch that video if you haven't already. It's going to pop up right next to me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Zach from OnCashflow.com, and I hope to see you next time.